Hi everyone and welcome to Pace Yourself. I'm Mia Pacey. Today we're going to be talking about the limitations of the account contact relationship and how to work around that if someone has an account contact relationship to the account twice. So for instance, if they've changed roles in the association in the account and then you want to keep that record of that role change. Now, Salesforce does not let you do that with the account contact relationship structure as it is. So here, if I want to have GenePoint as another, they've come back to this organization, but they've got a different role. So if I try and search for GenePoint and add it with the particular role that it was and click save, the error comes up saying that the contact already has a relationship with this account. So I can't have two. So the way we're going to solve this is by using platform events and a couple flows, plus we created a new object. Now the new object is here. It's called previous account contact relationship. So ultimately what we're going to have is a record list or dynamically shown related list showing their previous historical roles and then using one that's a current roles. So it's easy for someone to see the difference. So we've got our normal object that's here, account contact relationship, and then we've got our new object with the same fields created as a custom object. So let's go ahead and start our first flow. It's going to be the one that creates our new record. So we're going to call it a record triggered flow. And we're going to make it on update for our account contact relationship. The conditions are met. So if the field status, which isn't a standard field, it's a custom field for myself. So this is just a way you could use it if they change. So we're saying the status equals a previous. So the role is previous. You could do it also on date, if date passed, things like that. This is our example. So only when the record is updated to meet the conditions. We're going to immediately go in and get a decision, because you may or may not know that you actually can't delete an account contact relationship if that relationship is a direct relationship. So we're going to have to do something about that as well. So the way I'm going to check for that is I'm going to look at our triggering account contact relationship. The field that is standard is direct, and that has to equal true. As you know, I like to make these default outcomes more understandable. And so because it's a direct relationship, we just have to do a quick update for our triggering contact or our related contact to temporarily redirect its relationship, and then we'll correct it at the end of all this process. Now to update the value of our temporary account, we're just going to go grab our temporary account ID, which is not best practice. I would recommend that you get the temporary account ID through another get in the flow. But for efficiency purposes, I'm going to just add the account ID of our temporary record. Now I'm going to go on to create our new previous account contact relationship. And that's going to be manual for our previous object. And I'm just going to add a whole bunch of fields because we're going to copy and paste the values from our triggering object. I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in for us. Perfect. Now we've created that. Let's go ahead and quickly save this. Now the next logical step would be to delete the triggering account contact relationship so that we can create a new one with its current role and title. But you can't do that inside the triggering record flow. If you don't believe me, trust me, try, but it doesn't allow you to. It's like it's too quick for the system. It tries to delete itself while still creating the last one. So what we have to do is we actually have to tell someone else to do it. And in this case, it's going to be a platform event. So to create platform events, we do have to go into setup. And platform event is going to be here. And what we're going to be telling it to do is create a record. And this one we'll call account contact relationship delete. The publish behavior will be publish after commit. We're going to leave that one in. Oopsies. Going to create a field to store the account contact relationship that we want it to delete. So it's going to be a text field, and then we're going to call it account contact relationship ID. It is just going to be 18 characters long. Excellent. So now we've got the account contact relationship record created for us to be able to publish to it. And what we're then going to set up is a subscriber to it. So who's listening for it? So let's go ahead back to our flow, made sure we saved it. We're just going to have to refresh so that we can get that new record type for the platform event. All right, down the bottom here, we are going to say create. Going to be from manual. So we're going to call this publish ACR because those words are way too long for me to keep typing. And we're going to search for the platform. The one that we called our platform event, which is account contact relationship delete. So we're telling it to do something. And in there, we just need to tell it which ID to delete. So this was our only field on that account contact relationship platform event. And the value that we're getting it from is from the triggering account contact relationship. And it is the ID, which is there. And then we're going to go ahead and save a new version. Go ahead and activate that one. Now I know because you love Flow so much, we get to make another one. So we're going to come back to our trigger. And it's going to be a platform event trigger flow. So if anyone hasn't used this already, this is a very exciting start. And we're going to tell it which platform event we want it to trigger from, which is that one there. And then what do we want it to do after it hears the platform event, which is the delete record. So we want you to delete the old account contact relationship. So we are going to give it a condition for finding which one it wants to delete. And we're going to tell it to delete the ID that equals our triggering account contact relationship ID. So find the account contact relationship that matches this ID with the one that we gave it in the only record field that the platform event has. We're going to go save. Go ahead and click activate. Now we have one more to do, which is update the contact's default account when the new account contact relationship is added and the contact is still in temporary account. So we're going to get our contact with that same, so the ID equals the one from our triggering account contact relationship if the account ID equals our temporary one, which I'm just going to go grab again. Remember, not best practice. Please go and get your account IDs by their names. Okay, then we're going to go decide. Did we find a record? So ultimately what we're doing here is we're saying, did the contact that's attached to this new account contact relationship have the account temporary so that we can update it to the new one? But if it doesn't have the account temporary, we didn't find anything, so we don't actually want to do anything to it because it might be important that that direct relationship stays. So here in the contact, we are going to say it has to be that get contact entire record is not null. And in there, we're just going to have to update our related where the contact ID is equal to our get contact. ID. And we're going to update the account ID to the triggering account ID. Bam. Now we're going to activate them all. And we're going to go back to our friend Andy, Mr. Andy Young. So I'm going to do a quick update to our page. Skip ahead if you don't want to see this part. So I'm going to have the first current roles only equal current statuses, and I'm going to say the second related list on the page will be the previous account contact relationships. And we're going to add the same fields as above. Get rid of that one. We are also going to add a filter where the status is previous. We're going to remove the new to save people because we don't want them to create them. We just want them to happen in our process. Click ahead and save. Head back to our record. Excellent. So now we have our current roles. So we have two relationships here. I am going to click edit on the top one because we now know that has been updated and he has been a new CEO in the new location. So I'm going to change that to previous and it should kick off everything that we just created. Do a quick refresh of my screen. And then you can see it is now populated down the bottom as well. So now I can go into the Dixon account and add a new relationship. And it doesn't have any issues. So this has worked out perfectly. We've got our current roles, our previous roles. We are able to still have this numbers of roles on the same account, bypassing all of what Salesforce prevents us from doing. I know this was a long one, but thank you for hanging in with me. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you on the next one.